Okay, this is Master Hughes. I'm out here at my little tiny house. That's right, all the things I do video about, living in a tiny home, traveling, shooting video, I actually do. I do it myself, and I love it. And we're doing a review today of the Aputure VS2 Fine HD monitor. Now, it's extra equipment to carry, and I have a smaller monitor. I've got one the same size. But it's not the same quality. It was about $149. This is about $280 if you don't buy the extra battery. It does come with a case and everything, and articulating arm and all. But I thought it was a little high. Now, obviously, you can get monitors for $1,000, but you know, I encourage people to get only what they have to shoot video. And so I splurged a little bit and bought this monitor. So we're going to take a look at it, and I'm going to show you one of the reasons. This is on the articulating arm right now, and I'm using it on my PXW X70 camera, as I said. And if you use the articulating arm with these things, make sure that you have it real snug, because I don't trust articulating arms. They have a tendency to flop down on you and bust things. I may actually switch it to a bracket, L bracket, to mount this monitor on. But because I shoot a lot of video by myself, it makes sense to have a 7-inch monitor so I can easily see myself. Am I in frame? Is there something behind me? And I can work without having a crew, having to hire extra people a lot of times. I can get great video. Now my other one, like I said, I used it to frame the shots, and that's primarily what I'm going to do with this Aputure monitor. Use it to primarily frame the shots. I do like it because it has a volume bar that will show. Now that's one thing I find useful. It will show the volume bar on it. And as I said, the articulating arm, be careful with them. Lock them down good or switch it to a different bracket. Now I did not use the Aputure cable. I have used a flex cable. It flexes and twists and turns right here at the joint. That takes a lot of stress off of the monitors that they get whacked or the cable gets caught on something. It also flexes down here. You see how it's bent down here. It's folding down because this flex cable allows it to. It's got a joint right there where it hooks in. So it takes a lot of stress off the camera, because if you use these HDMI connectors enough, they start getting wore. And this takes the stress off it. And of course I can hook on earphones to this. Now, one thing I do like, let me turn it on here. Now it does take a minute to turn on. That was a little slower than I thought it would be. You can see the screen, and this allows me to shoot and talk to the screen. I can easily see what's going on. And I've got the volume meter here running up and down. It tells me I'm getting good volume. That was something that was nice that I did not have on the other monitor. And I could never tell for sure was I picking up the volume. This lets me know right away. So that's one big plus for the VS2 Fine HD monitor. The little dotted line across here is the safe zone. I got it set on 90%. And of course I do like that. That helps keep everything in focus. You can see the volume bar going up and down. And it tells me that I'm running HDMI right now. And this camera does shoot 1920 times, or it does view 1920 times 1080. And that's another big plus. Also, it has a very fine display. Now that's definitely better than my other monitor. The other monitor, I could see what was going on. I could get a good idea what's going on. The display on this is clear enough and sharp enough that I could actually do a little bit of focusing work with it, just watching the display. So I know I'm getting a pretty close to accurate picture of focus when I look at this monitor. So that's another good plus. There's no doubt it's got a very nice screen on it. So the Aputure Fine HD, and I've got to tell you, I have not been paid by Aputure to evaluate this product. or received anything. I bought this out of my pocket because I needed it to save me time and make it simpler for me to shoot. Now, it's sort of silly, I think. I saw somebody got in legal trouble the other day because they had paid somebody that had a lot of people watching them, I think on YouTube or something, paid them to wear a dress, but they didn't tell everybody they were wearing it because they were receiving compensation. And so they got some kind of legal trouble the other day. I sort of think it's pretty darn ridiculous when our congressmen take hundreds of thousands of dollars in bribes, but me and you have to say, I received some compensation to tell you about this video. It's sort of absurd, isn't it? But anyway, it's a great monitor. When I look at the fact that it's got a pretty decent case with it, you can see she's made herself at home. That's her chair. But, and I look at it, it's got the articulating arm with it, and the fact that it packs into its case very easily. I can keep it, everything's all together. I'm leaning towards saying, yes, if you've got the money, it's worth the investment. And I would most certainly put a screen protector on this thing. But I'm very, very happy so far with my Aputure and the fact that it tells me so much. I can zoom, I can use peaking on it. I love the volume bar. And so, yes, I would say it's worth the $280.